Alright guys, welcome to a new tech stream. So on this stream, I will actually be talking about the video game, or at least discussing the video game, to the best of my ability. So let me actually just put the controller like up here, and we can start talking about stuff. It's the wrong tab. Let me just open up YouTube. And I think we can get the show started pretty soon. Alright, let me get up. Okay, so people can hear me, that's fine. Alright, so hi Williamson. What's up, man? Alright. Where's Chrome? Oh my god. I think which one's change scene? This is that screen and that's that screen. Okay, I got it. So go down here. I hit this. Boom. Alright, so this is Splatoon North America's like tweet homepage. So we are gonna be looking at this right here. Okay, so we now know two more kits for the weapons that are in the game now. We know about the ink brush, which has ink mining and ultra stamp, and we know Dapple Doolies, which has torpedo and reef slider. This is the Nove kit, and the other ink brush is also the Nove kit. Alright, so main takeaway about this kit, these two kits right here. I think people can hear me. What are you playing? I'm playing Splatoon 3 right now, but I'm discussing the game. So, main takeaway is that Brush now has a kit that's designed specifically for whatchamacallit. This is designed specifically for Clan Blitz. So it has Ink Mine, which allows it to detect people when they're moving into an area. And it has Ultra Stamp, which is a special that allows it to get kills pretty quickly. I think this works a lot with the main weapon because it allows it to go into places, to go into enemy lines and just rush in. Because combined with the main weapon, which has a lot of speed naturally and fast kill time, it can also do brush stings. With the stamp, it can do kill combos, and with the mines, it can protect space really easily. So I think this particular weapon right here, this particular kit for weapon is going to be used semi-often. I don't think it's going to be top tier, but I could definitely see this being used a lot in ranked, especially in Clan Blitz, because how that mode works. Um, Dapple Doolies is the next one. I personally like the kit, but it's basically the Splatoon 2 kit, which conveniently the game's right here. The Splatoon 2 kit, which had torpedo and splashdown. The only difference between that kit and this one right now is the fact that this kit has reef slider, and reef slider right now is very easy to counter because it has a lot of end lag. So if you hit someone at the end of the reef slider, they're pretty much dead. It's not a great special right now compared to everything else in the game. This is definitely one of the worst kits that this weapon could have gotten. It needs a better bomb and it needs a better special to actually get in. Now, I think if they buff Reef Slider for this weapon particularly, it can do really well. But at this current moment, with Reef Slider as it is right now, it needs less end lag for this weapon to really shine. Because this weapon has basically no range. It can delete people, but it has no range. Sorry if I talk a lot about first time in a live stream. It's okay, man. And this is the clothing. So they brought back a lot of, not a lot, but they brought back a decent amount of clothing. I could definitely say they should have brought back more clothing, but I think this is decent. They should have probably brought back another 20 or 40 sets of clothing, but this is enough. I definitely think they should be adding more clothing each season though, generally. And then obviously I talked about this yesterday. The new Aerospray has Sprinkler, Booyah Bomb. It's going to be used a lot just for spamming. Just for spamming Booyah Bomb. Particularly in like Turf War and Zones, because those are the modes that's very good in. But I wouldn't see this being used competitively. Is this your first live stream? No, it's not my first live stream. I've live streamed multiple times already. This is my first discussion type live stream, but this isn't my first live stream now. I believe this is... I don't know how many live streams I've done. I think this is like my 100th. And then here's the slosher. We have... It has Angle Shooter, which isn't too good right now, and we have Zipcaster. I think Zipcaster is going to be really good on Bucket, specifically because it can fly around the map and do stuff easily. It's the main thing I was hoping for. I'm subscribing. Cool, man. Thank you. But I think for like Zipcaster specifically on like a bucket type of weapon is very good. Because Zipcaster allows the bucket, slosher specifically, to jump to an area on the other side of the map, get rid of a backliner. They can get rid of E-Leader, Crab Tank, any sort of weapon that can just camp an area for too long. A weapon with Zipcaster, especially one like Slosher, which is easy to use, I think it's going to be very good for a weapon. Now, Angle Shooter isn't great right now. It's pretty garbage, but if they buff it, I think if they give it extra damage, like maybe 45, 50, 60 damage, or they give it more effects from the tripwire, I think this would be a very good kit for it. Because I personally like Sloshers. I like them a lot. They're very good, in my opinion, if you know how to use them. And the catalog I talked about yesterday, but I don't think it's too important for the discussion, as most of the stuff wasn't really new abilities on there. And the special charge-up stuff we'll talk about later. Alright, I think I can switch over to the game now. You guys can see it after you check if it actually changed on stream. Alright. Let me actually turn on the audio for the game. Alright, here we go. So I'm playing... Well, this is Splatoon right now, but I'm going to be talking about different weapons in the game. But this weapon has Angle Shooter, so we'll talk about it here. I'll actually try and get some default gear if I can find it. Or clear gear, rather. So, basically, Angle Shooter does 30 damage. That's not too bad, but if you give sub-defense to somebody, this doesn't do enough damage to kill. Now, granted, you do get 2 of them. But, let's really be honest, you're not going to be hitting too many shots like that. It does have angles. It does have that. I actually need to hit the wall first. It does have angles. It doesn't go that far. But yes, it does have angles onto it. So if you know how to position your weapon correctly, you can hit your shots like that. I think I can hit up there too. So if you know what you're doing, this weapon, this type of special can be good for you. But overall, it marks people, which is good. But it doesn't do it as well as something like a point sensor. And a point sensor is far better than an angle shooter at the current moment. Although angle shooter has the longest range in the game of pretty much anything. I believe it has a longer range than E-Leader if I'm correct. Let me actually use it from here. Hit the thing. Okay. So from here I can hit the big guy with that. With the angle shooter. But I can't hit an E-Leader shot. But where can I hit the E-Leader shot? Right here. So it has a slightly longer range than the E-Leader does. Which is a positive about the weapon. About the sub, but everything else about it doesn't really help it too much. Speaking of E-Leader, E-Leader is really powerful because of how much range it has. Specifically on the maps. I'm bad with snipers myself, but a good e-leader on most of the maps can do a lot of stuff. I can't play the game on my phone. Yeah, the game is on the Nintendo Switch. That's why you can't play it on your phone. Unfortunately, I used to play a shooter game on my phone, but it's fully optimized right now, so I can't really play it. But like, either is very good on most of the maps because there's barely any cover. I'm actually gonna try and hop into a game and actually play it, even though I'm not too good with this weapon myself. I'll play it, and then I'll hop into Recon. Well, no, I can actually hop into Recon right now. Do you play Call of Duty? No. I don't have access to Call of Duty. I don't have a Xbox or a PS4. I don't even have a computer that works well enough to run it. Unfortunately. That's the main issue why I can't play it. I'm not playing Blitz. Yeah, tower control, Mahi. Let's go. The main reason E-Leader is so strong is not even because of the main weapon itself. Like, this weapon isn't overpowered, but the maps are really bad for this type. Are really bad for short-range shooters at the moment. So I'm gonna paint this. This is what I can hit as an E-Leader. I can hit someone all the way over there. I can hit someone over there. I can hit someone who's trying to peek up above this ledge. I can also attack someone who's over there. If someone does attack from island, I can't necessarily attack them that easily. But no one's going to island anyway. They're going to mid. So the only real places people can stand is here. Or here. Not up here, but behind here. And then they have to move up when the tower. Well, they don't have to move this way. They can move up this way. I play it. A favorite gun is the Locust. How good is it? But a frontliner could technically come this way, although it's very visible. And the E-Leader up here can easily just, you know, shoot them as they try and do it. They have Wave Breaker, they can throw one out, and then they can force everyone back. It's so easy just to push them back. Hey Ryan, what's up? Is a sniper. Okay. Are you good with it? Let me change my weapon. I actually want to explain a little bit more about the map. Alright, Mahi, let's go. Yes, go. So, E-Leader basically controls the entire map. There's very few places you can actually stand. Like, if you're a backliner, you can stand behind here. You can stand behind here. Although you're not really too worried about the enemy team. But if you're a frontliner, and you're playing a weapon like I'm playing right now, or any other short-range shooter, any short-range weapon, you can hide behind here, here. You can't hide behind this. You could have used this wall, but it's very visible, and people will see you if you try to go for it. Or you can hide behind here, and go for this. But then you get shot by the E-Leader again, which is probably right there. So it's not too useful. You could push up like this when you get lead, but most of the time, if you're just pushing in the game, it's gonna be you get the tower, first, you use displacement. You use displacement vessels. You keep bombing them. You have someone who moves up. And that's what you usually do to get this tower moving. My name is in Africa's. What does that mean? But you move up like that over time. It's the main thing that you're doing. And then you keep everyone spawn trapped until you eventually hit this part. Now, getting this far is actually difficult because it's very good for defenders if they actually know what they're doing. Or no, it's steamroll heavy. Like once you get past here, you're pretty safe. But over through mid, there's not much you can do. Like you lose cover once you enter mid. Like now, there's basically no cover. You could hide behind this. Yes, but are you really gonna use this as cover? I don't think you will. You're not gonna use that as cover. Alright, another weapon I want to discuss. Because this weapon's top tier because it has Fizzy Bomb and Booyah Bomb. So actually something I want to test out is I actually do quick respawn. I can find it. Special saver. Yeah, I'll use this. Quick respawn. Comeback. Why not? No, we'll use LDE because this is what people mostly use. We'll use LDE into super jump. Why not? Well, technically, this is better until we use this online. But basically, LDE allows you to stall the objective indefinitely. Okay, in the perfect mode, Rainmaker is on right now, so we'll actually play that. But basically, you can stall with Fizzy for basically forever. You don't have to do too much to run this system. They. Who's Bay? Oh, you're saying bye, okay. There you go. Alright, thank you for coming, man. Have a good day. If you want to come to another stream, you can. Alright, so main thing about this weapon. Well, no, when you get LDE, because LDE boosts your ink recovery stats, and how much ink you use. If you're losing, it's a very good special, but it's a very good ability to have. That's pretty easy. This ain't for me. Oh, hello. This weapon's extremely easy to use. Free checkpoint. Okay, so I actually have to defend this. Yeah. But this would be really good if we were actually moving. And actually show off what I mean by LDE makes you stronger. And actually, to actually be calling up the friend right now and actually demonstrate it. Demonstrate what I'm talking about. kind of bad today, but I'm not gonna stop that person. I'm not gonna stop. But that's basically. If they were winning, I would get 2 fizzy bombs. I'd be able to stop my makers for basically forever. But I can't do that right now. My teammates are semi good right now. So easy. Alright, this Rainmaker's about to die. The reason I'm playing with low volume, even though your volume is normal, because I boosted the audio on stream by 300%. I turned my own volume down so it doesn't interfere with my voice, and you guys can actually still hear me as I'm speaking. But yeah, dead. They knew about my existence. That's not great. The one main thing about LDE, just in general, because you're losing, and also it does apply in the last 30 seconds as well, if you are losing, which I think no one on the enemy team has LDE right now, we won. No, if you're losing or it's the last 3 seconds, you get, I believe it caps at 30. At 30 if you're losing. But you get 8 points of ink save remain, sub, and ink recovery. So you basically, you're not a super soldier, but you get a bunch of perks that allow you to stop objective very easily and just keep moving and shooting. That's basically what you get. I'm going to play another game here, just to see if I can actually get the outcome I want. But generally, and also one thing to mention, there were 2 splashes in that game. Wait, no, were there? No, there's one splash. Never mind. There's one splash, but splash is also very good because it has crab tank, and crab tank counters stuff like E-leader or any long range weapon. It has the minigun fire mode, which stretch through people. It's basically a Hydra that can move and has a shield. While it also has a second firing mode, which is basically an explosher, which allows it to hit around walls. So after this match, I'm going to show what an explosher and a Hydra shoot and fire like, just so I can actually explain how the weapons work. Have you seen Tyrone? Who's Tyrone? I haven't seen him. We have a Tri-Slosher, a Splash, and a Kensa. So we have 2 crab tanks, we have 2 sloshers, 1 SPF. And I'm dead to a Hydra. So yeah, Hydra can shred, and there's a reason they're using a lot of run speed, because that weapon doesn't move fast at all. So you actually need a bunch of run speed to get that weapon to move. Because heavy weapons different weapons in Splatoon have different amounts of movement speed depending on what weapon you're using, depending on its weight class. So for example, light weapons already get an extra 2 subs of speed by default. So like stuff like boost moves faster, generally. But stuff like a Hydra or a Dynamo or something heavy doesn't move that fast. Pretty much every Splatfest uses they all use my boss, the Marcus Cousins. He's ill. He's looking for. I don't know who that person is, dude. Or are they from a video game? I don't know. Alright, that's a missile. Who's the Marcus? Who are these people? Do they have Ellie on his team? No. One is opening Gambit. Which is bad. Oh, that's your boss. Well, I don't know a Tyrone personally. Yeah, you never go great. Never go great, by the way. Don't go great. Ever. He's the boss of... Okay. I mean, Splatoon's a good game. I don't know why people hate it. Okay, the crafting got rid of that dude. I messed up the kill. Rip. Okay. Actually, need to paint this. I don't want them to win because of that. Yeah, they're not winning. The Splash was using Crab Tank a lot defensively, just to make sure the enemy Hydra was down, but no one could push. Should actually show off what Crab Tank does, because these games weren't too good at that. Rip. You just lost my controller. But basically, Crab Tank is a staller. Let me actually play it right now. I think it's going to get nerfed based on how often it's being used in Turf War, in Splash, with the usage rate. Because the usage rate during Splatfest in top 500 was around 19%. It's the best weapon. It's one of the best weapons in Turf War and ranked right now. So it might get nerfed. Nerfed the next next patch, along with more fizzy bomb nerfs and this weapon nerfs. Do I have Splash on me? Where? No, where is Splash? Right here. Alright, there we go. Let me actually clean up so I have plenty of people that I can actually lay down so I can get my crafting. Alright, so crafting has 2 firing modes. It has this firing mode and it has the minigun. The minigun threats. And the second firing mode, which is the bomb firing mode, basically is an explosion. So it plays like this weapon right here. You can do this. Damage is slightly off. It's only about a 5-point difference. It's basically the same concept. But you can hit people around walls with it. Only difference that you have a marker with this. Point sensor, so you can actually tell where the enemy is. That's the main difference about it. You can hit people with walls if you know what you're doing. So if you know someone is hiding up there, you can do something like that. If you know someone's hiding there, like let's say a sniper's hiding there, you do something like that to displace them. It's basically the same concept with the crafting. It's just that is a limited time thing, and you get the minigun effect. So you can do this. And the DPS is very high. It destroys pretty much everything. And plus you get a main weapon like this as well, which has perfect accuracy even in the air, and it has burst bomb. That's a very good combo that most weapons do not have. It also kills fairly quickly. So against stuff like E-Leader, the crouching is very good because it forces them to move back. Same thing with missiles, which I believe I have a missile weapon somewhere around here. Where's the Flames the roller? I can't find it. I can just use. Okay, missile weapons are right here. But basically, I can play a weapon like this and have basically 0 risk. Let me actually clean up the area first. I can play the weapon like this and get free value by just painting. Like it's broken. Like it's not broken, but the amount of missile spam that you can get out of a weapon like this is actually crazy. These weapons just like kill so fast, dude. Like this weapon, if you keep painting this thing over and over again, hiding who? I'm not hiding anybody, bro. But if you keep using this weapon like this, just keep painting for missile. Because people like using special charge up on the missile weapons because you get more missile output out of them. This just allows you to push back people indefinitely. It's a great way to start fights. It's a great way to push the enemy team back to positions you want them to be. You can target 5 people with this, including the Rainmaker, which counts as a person, or an object that you can target. It's good on getting people off tower. It's good on moving the crabs in the back. It's a very good weapon overall. Like this weapon, not just the weapon. The flamethrower roller is good, but the missile special on it, like most other the other missile weapons, is very good. YouTuber also has missiles, but it has a cloaking tool, which gives it an ability to chase people who have missiles and do it better too. So while people are running away from the missiles, they're also running away from the torpedo. And as they're running from the torpedo, you can just shoot them which is extra. You have a better charge. Bowl, which is snipers, and with some bows actually good. And with some bows and some snipers, you can charge a shot and then swim with that shot and pop out and kill somebody. That's something you can do. All the non-scope chargers and really cool things as well. Not with you can do it with Nautilus. You can hold your minigun charge, you can move from somewhere else, and destroy them. It's a very good one. Very good one. Very good for displacing the entire enemy team when you need to. I might as well paint the base. Because all I'm going to be doing is getting much off of this enemy. Well, taking island would be much better. But in general, I think these weapons specifically, because Nintendo's going to be focusing on nerfing stuff that makes the game slower, purposely not fighting. Yes. Purposely not fighting, stuff like that, probably going to nerf hard in the next update. Because that's what they're focusing on as of right now. Stuff like missile and fizzy bomb weapons will probably get more special nerfs, and they will probably also get nerfs in the cooldown. So it'll take you longer to use missile. It'll take you much longer to use missile. It's going to take you probably will take you a longer time to use a missile. They might do what they did with Storm, to where you can only charge your special once it ends, or once all the missiles end. That would fix a lot of spam missions with missiles, but that will also allow them to do, I guess, a balance change where the stuff was nerfed. Not nerfed, where they can buff stuff, they can buff missiles back to what it was, but they make it so where you can't just spam it over and over again. You have to use it at the right time. Apparently, missile spam kind of sucks. Like, it really does. It sucks to fight against. I guess you could say it's kind of fun to play missile spam. Do zone or do I have to get in here? Yeah, we lost them. Teammates have to pay attention. Yeah, that's an easy kill. I don't know what they were thinking about. Get off my run. What? Yes, 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 yes. Easy W. Bam. That's how you win, dude. It's just missile. Missile to win. That's how you do it, baby. I should also show off YouTuber, even though I'm not good with snipers. But I'll play another game of this roller, then I'll switch to reflux, then the other weapon. So I'm gonna keep showing the weapons as we go on. Weapons that I think should be nerfed and stuff like that. And then eventually we'll talk about weapons that need to be buffed, like undercover, etc. Because undercover definitely needs a nerf. No, not a nerf. It needs a buff. The weapon's way too weak. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! I see the missile badge over there. Oh yes. The missile badge. They're gonna hate me now, dude. Yo. Yo, let's go. Alright. Next game. Okay, now this is a different type of map. This map, missiles aren't as effective as they would be on Mahi Mahi. Oh, and there's two. Oh, and great. Now we have an excellent example of what we can do. I'm painting for missiles really fast, dude. I don't have special charge up, but we can do it. I believe in myself. Please move back to get off zone. I have to move back and you can take that. That's but missiles does get countered by Big Bubbler. That's one of the specials where it doesn't work so well against. Big Bubbler is a counter to it because it takes damage very easily. Missile the entire zone. Now is their chance to take it, but they're not taking it. And I shouldn't be jumping while doing this. But yeah, I think a reflex would have been better there. Alright, let's go again. Oh, I can't change my weapons in here, that's correct. Oh no. So I actually have to use some roller. Alright, I'll do one more game and I'll back out and show the other weapon. Show the other two weapons. But they're basically the same playstyle. With slight differences. The main difference is that Reflux can't kill that easily. But GooTuber and Flinza can. So I actually play this again. Flinza doesn't kill too well. But it can still kill. You have to be close to them though. I should also have used ink mine more. Ink mine was really good in Splatoon because it allows you to paint a bunch without having to do too much. But yeah. But you have to be close to them if you're doing the wings a row. You can't be here because that does no damage. Like, it does no damage if you're too far away. Which is bad. But if you're close enough, it does always one shot. Alright, Wobble Gang. Alright, if I play this accurately. Okay, now's the perfect time to place down lines on the zone. Perfect time. Please move back. Got him. Disconnection. Yeah, they don't want to play the game anymore. That's fair. That's totally fair for not wanting to play the game. Just make sure to like and subscribe if you want to keep joining more streams. But yeah, that's the power of missile dudes. It's strong, but it can get even stronger. You have not seen what... No. Let me fix my controller. My right controller always likes to die for some reason. I don't understand this. But... Special saver... Yeah. We'll do this with the... Reflex. Why not? We're going in. Now, this is a never miss weapon. So generally, every single missile weapon plays somewhat similarly in their playstyle. They play for missiles, which are a good displacement. I think no matter how much they nerf missiles, unless they completely bomb it, then missiles will always have the use because there's always going to be something in this game to displace. Until they fix the map, there's always going to be the either to get rid of. There's always going to be the crab tank that's going to be an issue. If Relas get buffed again, they're always going to be a problem. You might actually see more bubbles just to counter missiles eventually. Stuff like Crab gets nerfed. Which I think is going to happen. Simply just because of the usage rate of Splash. It's definitely coming. Maybe not today. Or in the next update, like a full nerf, but it's definitely coming. How much is getting used? That probably gonna see that weapon get at least some sort of nerf. Not the main weapon. I don't think the main weapon should get nerfed. The main weapon's fine, but the weapon, his special weapon, probably gonna get nerfed. And his bunch of special weapons. Yeah, the points for specials are definitely getting there. Now this would have been a good game to show off LBE, but we don't have. No, I need to wait for more. Use the spawn. Yeah, just take checkpoint. That's good. Now with Nash, I'll pink spawn just so these guys can get a full displacement, free displacement special. There's plenty of enemy ankle here that I should also be painting right now. I think we should be good for now. I can charge up pink. Got him. Boom. That's it. Missile. But it's literally the place to auto weapon if you know what you're doing. No! Yeah, always beware of the E-leader. Always beware of it. You never know what's going to happen to you. But that bucket kit does actually come into fruition without the line marker getting buffed. I think the only thing that's probably going to save it is the caster. There you go, it should be that. No. Alright, we got it. Set the stall. That's all I have to do. Have to get missile. Oh, too good. That's not good. I'm waiting on them to respawn, dude. Yeah, they're not winning. It's not happening, dude. Alright, well, now time to go play a different weapon. One that needs to get buffed. I think most of the weapons in this game are pretty fine. Blasters are good because of intensify action, mainly. It's the main reason that they're good. And they'll always be good because of that reason. Like, if they get a little bit more pain, I think they'll be stronger. But I don't think they need too much. They're in a good state in the game right now. Because intensified action exists, and there's no damage up in the game anymore, blasters are doing pretty good for themselves right now. And I mean any blaster. You can play the normal blaster, you can still jump and still get your aim on. And pretty much the entire blaster flies. He's fine right now. It still loses DPS wars, but he doesn't need to win. Now, I don't think Luna really needs Intensify as much as the other ones. This is a much shorter range blaster. You don't really need accuracy with this thing as much. In my personal opinion, you don't really need it so much. I think firing more shots with this weapon is more important. Class Blaster also has a great kit for it. It doesn't paint still. It doesn't really paint that well. But its kit's amazing for it. So I think maybe this is the best kit it can have right now. So it's still usable. Just on a weapon that isn't that great. So if they were to want to make this weapon top tier, they just have to buff the main weapon because the kit's perfect for it. As Try-Zuka, literally one of the best specials in the game. It allows you to take out long range stuff pretty easily. It also has arc shots, which if you know how to use these, it's pretty good. Rapid Blaster. Now the kits could be better, but when they do get better kits, I think it's also going to be very solid options that you can use. Like, I think blasters are in a good place right now. This weapon, that weapon class doesn't need to be changed. Tri-Stringer is mostly used like an exploiter now. We figured out how to use it. Not too bad. We figured out how to use this type of weapon. Reflux is just used for missile. But mainly brush as well, I think. Brushes are good. You know, ink brush is the best kit, and it's going to get a good kit. It's going to get another good kit very soon. This kit just allows it to run around and do stuff. I might actually play a ranked game with this. And oh, there's also zones right now. Okay. Yeah, but this weapon can just run around and throw bombs, and it can use the killer whale to distract people. So ink brush is in a good place. Octobrush doesn't have the best kit, but it has something to fly around with. So I think if this gets a better kit, it won't be top tier, but it will still be used a lot along with ink brush. Brushes are in a good place. Blasters are in a great place right now. Splatooners have good kits. You might argue that they could get a tiny bit of a buff to Warsaw kits, but they're doing pretty good. The umbrella weapon class is the one that's in the trash can right about now. Dualies are mostly fine. Glugas have an issue because they have a slow fire rate. They have the best kit they can possibly ask for, because you can roll into your splash wall. So if I get this correctly. Okay, I got it. I keep jumping for some reason. I don't know why. But you can do something like that and just shoot through your wall, have protection. And it's a 2-shot kill. Fire rate's pretty slow, but if you know how to use this weapon, it's pretty good. It just has a lackluster paint, but the kit's very good for it. So if you have high skill ceiling and also use this weapon, Dually Sculpture still had the jump tech. They still have the slide thing. They still have the slide. They still have the slide, so you can use that to your advantage. So you can do something like that. I'm not too good with the weapon, but you do have a slight time period after when you're jumping that you have single reticle mode still. Just a slight amount of time. Yeah, something like that. You still have a slight amount of time. You can do it. What you can do protect. You also have Splat Bomb and Wave Breaker, which allows you to displace people, force them to jump into your shots, and you get kills very easily. So overall, I think dualies are in a good place. Tetris as well, because it can do the multiple dodge roll thing along with split roll. The kit allows it to push into areas pretty effectively, in my opinion. It can do a lot of stuff. It has decent enough range. It has a special that allows it to push in. And it's kind of vulnerable when it stops rolling, like every other dually, but you can still move quite a lot. You look at this here. If I paint up here, I could split roll off of this, and I could do the matrix on the dualies. Because you're going to be playing this weapon a lot like a kiter, just to run away from it. And you can dodge into the enemy and then just back up. I guess I could do this better with the machine over here. Because I can start the fight, and I take no damage there. I take absolutely no damage. Because you could take no damage by doing pretty much nothing. Like if you know how to use this weapon, it's extremely good. You do the refighter. Now that's the thing about refight. If they keep shooting you at the end of the animation, they just kill you. They just kill you straight up. So dualies in a good place, except for this one, except for Dapple. This is the only one that's not doing well because it doesn't have a bomb. The kits that they were giving this weapon are garbage for the most part. They aren't too great for the weapon. If they give this a better kit, I think this dually would excel, and all the dualies would be pretty good right now. But overall, the best weapon classes right now, dualies are fine, blasters are fine. All the new classes are perfectly fine. Rushes are also good. Umbrellas are not good at all right now. Now, Splatlings, they have pretty good kits. Mini Splatling has a good kit. Heavy has a good kit. Hydra has the best kit it has. Ballpoint has a mech kit. It's not the best, but it's usable. Nihilus has a bad kit, but the main weapon is good enough. So if they give this an actual real kit that's very good for the weapon, I think this will excel. As for stuff like sloshers, it's probably gonna excel because it can hold the charge. It deletes people. deletes people pretty fast. Yeah, deletes people pretty quickly. It's a good weapon overall. I like it. If it gets a better kit, you'll see a lot more of these. So ballpoint. Ballpoint still has this charge feature that it has right here. We can just keep charging. And you run pretty fast with this thing compared to other flatlinks. If you stack a bunch of run speed on top of here, you're good. And it has 2 firing modes. It has the short range firing mode, which is basically that, and then you have the long range fire mode, which is like this. It's a good weapon. So overall, Splatlinks are also good. Sloshers are in a good place. The vanilla Slosher has a good kit. Tri-Check's a little bit weak. The new kit might be bad just because of Angle Shooter. If they buff Angle Shooter, then it's going to be a good kit. A great kit for this weapon. So this is in a great place right now. Tri-Slosher. Toxic Mist is bad on this one. Inkjet, not so much. Inkjet allows it to hit people from far away. Which is a good thing for it, because this weapon lacks range. Now, if they give this a bomb or any like a good kit, like a bomb, like a burst bomb or something like that, then I could definitely see this being top tier. Sloshing Machine, we already know it's very good. It has Fizzy Bomb, Booyah Bomb. It can stall the game indefinitely if it wishes to. It's an easy weapon to use. The only downside is that it has a slow kill time, so if it gets rushed down, it is in a bit of trouble. But that's what the weapons kit is for. It's to stop people from trying to rush you down. To keep throwing Fizzy Bombs. Keep throwing Fizzy Bombs, keep sloshing your main weapon. Keep backing up. Because you can keep someone at their range indefinitely with this type of weapon. So overall, very good weapon. But a lot of issues with the game is mainly just maps. It's not even the weapons, it's just the maps. I already mentioned X-Block. Inkstorm is somewhat good for it because it combos a little bit with the main weapon. Because if you hit someone with Inkstorm, in the Inkstorm with X-Blosser, they're pretty much going to die. You do the 90 combo if you get enough with the weapon. If you aim it well. So, it uses point center fairly well. You get people around corners with it. So, okay. So, if you know what you're doing, then I think you'll be pretty good. But like I mentioned, yeah, that's something you can do fairly easily. Bloblobber still has its stalling capabilities. It's not the best slosher by far, but if it gets a good kit, if it gets a more supportive kit, a better kit for it, and they give it some fight buffs if they were to do that, then I think this weapon would be used a lot more. It's not a bad weapon. It's just not a top tier weapon. It's not on the likes of your sloshing machines, your sloshers, your e-leaders. It's not on par with stuff like this. Bamboo and this weapon and Swiffer are good main weapons right now. They're very good main weapons. Like all these weapons are good. YouTuber might need a little bit more buffs, but all these weapons are good. It's just that the kits are bad for them. Except for Splat Charger and E-Leader. YouTuber is basically just missile spam. But if Swiffer and Bamboo get a good kit, you'll see them use a lot more. Same thing with rollers. Carbon is somewhat good. It's good, but it's not great. Great. It has Zipcaster, which allows it to kill people fairly quickly across the map. But you're not going to use this weapon over something like a Carbon Deco that had Burst Bomb. You're not going to use that. You're not going to use this in comparison to that. The default roller has a good kit that's curling bomb to get into this position fairly quickly, and then that can actually get the main weapon to work. So we can throw a curling bomb, and then swipe onto someone like that fairly easily. Flingza in this weapon class basically spams missiles that I was already talking about, but it can also function as a normal roller. Dynamo is the worst roller right now because of how it paints and stuff like that. This isn't the best roller by far, if I have to be honest with you. This roller is kind of bad. It has Sprinkler, which is not good. It can help it paint a little bit more, but it's not good. It has Tactical. Tactical is bad in the current meta, but if they give a little bit more buffs, I wouldn't see it being too bad. The perks that it does give, like it gives you special like you keep your special even after you die. That's very good about it. But everything else is not too good. If this weapon gets rushed down, space can win. Now I think that brings us to, well, I haven't discussed umbrellas yet and why they're bad. I should probably do that. But this is the shooter section. Alright, shooters. Basically all you need to know. Sploosh. It's not the best shooter, but it's fun to use. It 3 shots, its range is abysmal, but it can kill pretty quickly. It has Hurling Bomb and it has Stamp, so it can get into areas pretty quickly. And if you know how to use Stamp, you can do this. You can stamp people. If you know how to do the jump tech, you can do it. And then you can also throw it. You can also throw the Stamp later and to clean up and show you guys what Stamp looks like when you throw it. You can actually throw it to get kills and does 220. Alright, I want to line this up. Right, that's what you do. So Stamp does 220. You're not split rolling through that to avoid the damage. You're split rolling by, this right here. You're not doing this to escape that at all. At all. You're not escaping this anytime. Let's just be honest, you're not doing it.